Now let's take up questions from exercise 17. Question number 1. It says X and Y invested in a business. They earned some profit which they divided in the ratio of 2:3. Now we know that in general investment ratio is equal to profit ratio. So we say that profit ratio is equal to investment ratio. Alright. Profit ratio is equal to investment ratio. Now here, the profit was divided in the ratio 2:3. So in place of profit ratio, we say it is 2:3. And investment ratio, X, let's say X is the investment of X and Y is the investment of Y. Here it is given that X investment is 40,000 rupees is to investment of Y. Right, so it is 2/3 is equal to 40,000 divided by Y. Right, so 2 cancels 40,000, 20,000 times. So Y is equal to 3 into 20,000, which is 60,000 rupees. So investment of Y is 60,000 rupees. Alright. Now question number 2. It says A and B start a business jointly. A invests rupees 16,000 for 8 months. So let's say A and B. Investment of A is given 16,000. Investment of B, let's say it is X. Now investment we have considered. Now time of A is 8 months. Time of B is 4 months. Now profit. We know that the profit is calculated as investment into time, right? So profit ratio would be equal to, individually we have to multiply investment into time for each person. So for A, it would be 16,000 into 8 is to X into 4. Alright, this is the profit ratio. But it is also given as, say, profit ratio of A is to B, right? It is 16,000 into 8 is to X into 4. One thing is also given, one more thing is given, that B claims 2/7 of the total profit. Now that means, so A is to B profit ratio should also be equal to, if B is 2/7, that means A would be 1 minus 2/7, and that is 5/7. Right? So the profit ratio of A is to B should also be equal to 5/7 is to 2/7, which is 5:2. This means 5:2 is equal to 16,000 into 8 is to X into 4. So you just need to simplify this. So 5 divided by 2 equal to 16,000 into 8 divided by X into 4. Okay, so 4 cancels 8 2 times. 16,000 into 2 is 32,000. So it is 32,000 divided by X. Cross multiply. So X is equal to 32,000 into 2 divided by 5, which is 12,800. So investment of B, which we took to be X, which we considered to be X, is 12,800 rupees. Alright. So we just need to consider only one thing, and that is profit share is calculated as the ratio of investment into time for each portion. Profit ratio is calculated as that. Let's consider the third question. A began a business with rupees 85,000. He was joined afterwards by B with 42,500. For how much period does B join if the profit at the end of the year are divided in the ratio 3:1? Okay. So what it means is A remains in the business for the entire year and B comes later on. So let me put it this way. Let's say A and B, their investments are 85,000 rupees and 42,500 rupees. Time duration for A it is 12 months and for B it is X months. When it comes to profit ratio, how do we calculate profit ratio? To calculate profit ratio, you need to multiply the investment and time for each person. So it is 85,000 into 12 is to 42,500 into X. Alright. And the profit ratio is already given as 3:1. So it is equal to 85,000 into 12 is to 42,500 into X. Now we need to solve this. So 3 by 1 is equal to 85,000 into 12 divided by 42,500 into X. As you can see, 42,500 cancels 85,000 two times. 3 cancels 12 4 times. So X comes to the other side and we get X equal to 2 into 4, that is 8, and X was in months, so it is 8 months. Alright. So the duration for which B joined was 8 months. Now the question is, for how much period does B join? Answer would be 8 months. Right? Just be careful while reading the question. Now let's take a look at question number 4. Here it says ABC enter into a partnership. They invest rupees 40,000, 80,000 and 1,20,000 respectively. At the end of first year, B withdraws rupees 40,000, while at the end of the second year, C withdraws rupees 80,000. In what ratio will the profit be shared at the end of 3 years and for the entire duration of 3 years? Okay, let's put it this way. So we consider A, B, C are 3 people. Now what happens? Any changes is done by A? No, A does not change anything. That means A's investment of rupees 40,000 remains for 3 years. For the entire period of 3 years, A has invested 40,000. Now, when it comes to B, for the first 1 year, because B withdraws at the end of first year, that means for the first 1 year, his investment was 80,000 rupees, but that was for 1 year. But then again, so I would say plus, he has withdrawn 40,000. That means out of 80,000, even if he withdraws 40,000, still 40,000 is remaining. And that 40,000 remains there in the business for the next 2 years. Please try and understand that A's investment of 40,000 has stayed there in the business for the entire period of 3 years. Whereas for B, he invested 80,000 in the beginning, stayed in the business for 1 year. Then he withdraws 40,000. So the remaining 40,000 will remain for the next 2 years in the business. Now C initially started with 1,20,000 and he does not make any change at the first year, at the end of first year. He withdraws 80,000 at the end of second year. So this 1,20,000 investment will remain in the business for 2 years. At the end of second year, he has withdrawn 80,000. That means plus 40,000 investment for the next 1 year. Right? Now, when it comes to profit ratio, how would you calculate profit ratio? Let's take a look at that. Okay. So profit ratio would be, now for A, what is the investment? It is 40,000 rupees. And for how long was it? So it was for 3 years. So multiplied by 3 is 2. Now let's see B. B has invested in a way, it has invested in 2 parts. So first it is 80,000 for 1 year. So multiply by 1 year plus, first it was 80,000 for 1 year. Then it is 40,000 for 2 years. But even that investment, whatever profit comes against that will go to B only. Then C. Initially invested 1,20,000. So that 1,20,000 will remain invested for 2 years. So any profit corresponding to that will go to C. And then 40,000 for 1 year. So 40,000 into 1, whatever profit comes from here will go to C. So this will give us the total profit ratio. Okay, let's calculate this. So 40,000 into 3, that is 1,20,000 is to 80,000 into 1 plus 40,000 into 2, that is 80,000 plus 80,000, 1,60,000 is 2. 1,20,000 into 2, that is 2,40,000 plus 40,000, so that is 2,80,000. So please do the calculations properly. Now as you can see, 4 zeros can be cancelled directly, so and 12, 16 and 28 can be cancelled by 4. So 4 3s are 12, 4 4s are 16 and 4 7s are 28. So the final answer of the question would be 3 is to 4 is to 7. So this should be the profit ratio of these three people. Now let's take up question number 5. It says A and B entered into a partnership investing rupees 16,000 and 12,000 respectively. After 3 months, A withdraws 5,000 while B invested rupees 5,000 more. Alright. So I directly take profit ratio. You see, whatever is the profit ratio, how will you calculate it? Investment into time. Whatever is investment for a certain duration, multiply. Right. So A has invested 16,000. That investment remains there for 3 months. So 16,000 into 3. Then A has withdraws 5,000. A has withdrawn 5,000. That means his remaining investment would be 11,000. And for the period 9 months. The rest of the 9 months. Now, initially B invested 12,000. That investment remained there for 3 months. Then he added 5,000 after 3 months. So his investment becomes 17,000 and that remains there for the next 9 months. So that gives the profit to B. Then there is another person and after 3 more months, so 3 months are already gone. Now 3 more months, that means 6 months later, C comes in and he invests 21,000 rupees, he or she, 21,000 rupees for the rest of the period of 6 months. Alright, so this is the profit ratio. If you multiply and add, so it is 48,000 plus 99,000, that is the total value in the profit share ratio for A. Similarly, for B it will be 36,000 plus 1,53,000 and for C it will be 1,26,000 because 21 into 6 is 1,126, so 126,000. Now 48 plus 99 is 1,47,000 is to 36 plus 153 would be 189,000 is to 1,26,000. So 3 zeros are cancelled. Now if you look at them closely, each one of them is divisible by 3, each one of them is divisible by 7. So divide by 21. So 21 7 times, 21 9 times, 21 6 times. Suppose if you are not comfortable with this, you can first divide by 3 and then you can divide by 7. So the final ratio of profit is 7 is to 9 is to 6, and that is the ratio of profit of A is to B is to C in that order. Now what is the question asking? Question is asking the share of B exceeds that of C out of a total profit of 26,400. Now look at the ratio. In the ratio, number corresponding to B is 9 and number corresponding to C is 6. Whereas the total would be 7 plus 9 plus 6. Now 7 plus 9 is 16, 16 plus 6 is 22. So the total comes out to be 22 and 22 stands for 26,400. I repeat, if I assume these values to be the original values of profit, so 7 plus 9 plus 6, that is 22 is the total profit. So out of 22 rupees, A must receive 7 rupees profit. B must receive 9 rupees profit and C must receive 6 rupees profit. Right? Now in this case, what is the difference between B and C? As you can see, the difference between B and C is 3. So if we know that 22 is equivalent to 26,400, how much 3 would be equivalent to? So you can apply unitary method and calculate. 26,400 into 3 divided by 22. So the required difference, I'll say it is B minus C equal to. So 22 cancels 264 because both are divisible by 11 and both are even, so you can cancel directly by 22. It comes out to be 12 times. So it is 1200 into 3, that is 3600. So the required difference is of 3600. This is the answer. Or the other way could be, now that you know the ratio is 7 is to 9 is to 6, the total is 26,400 is the profit, you can actually calculate individually each one of them. So A is equal to 7 by 22 into 26,400, which would be equal to 8,400. Similarly, you can calculate B, which will be 9 by 22 into 26,400, which will be equal to 10,800. And then you can calculate, you can add and subtract from 26,400, or you can also calculate the value of C, that will be 6 by 22 into 26,400. That would be equal to 7,200. And from there you can find the difference between B and C. So that's how you could have done this question in two different ways. All right. Now, question number 6. It says A, B, and C enter into a partnership in the ratio 7 by 2 is to 4 by 3 is to 6 by 5. So it is A, B, C. Investment ratio is given already as 7 by 2 is to 4 by 3 is to 6 by 5. So first of all, what we need to do is simplify this ratio. Alright. How do we simplify? Multiply by the LCM of denominator. So 2, 3 and 5, LCM would be 30. So 7 by 2 multiply by 30. So if you multiply by 30 each one of them, multiply 30 to each one of them. So what do we get? 7 by 2 into 30. So 15 into 7, 105 is to 40 is to 36. So this is the ratio of investments. Alright, this is the ratio of investments. Then A increases his share by 50%. After 4 months, A increases his share by 50%. Alright. Now, let's rewrite the question again. So now, for the purpose of calculation of profit share, profit ratio, for the calculation of profit ratio, how do we do that? For A, let's assume that investment was 105. Okay, so 105, and that 105 investment remained for 4 months, and after that he has increased his investment by 50%. Now, meaning of 50% is half. Half of 105 is 52.5. I repeat, his investment for the first 4 months was 105. Then he has to increase by 50%. 50% of 105 is 52.5. So his investment becomes 105 plus 52.5, that is 157.5, and that investment remains for the next 8 months. Okay, because we have to take the entire year. Now, B has not made any change, so his investment will consider as 40 into 12 months. Okay. Now, C's investment we'll consider as 36 from the ratio, and that also has remained in the business for 12 months. Okay. Now, do the calculations. So, 105 into 4 would be 420. 157.5 into 8, that will be 1260. This is the profit share of A. Then profit share of B would be 40 into 12, that is 480. And profit share of C would be 36 into 12, that would be equal to 432. Okay. So simplify further, it will be 420 plus 1260. That is 12 plus 4, 1680 is to 480 is to 432. Now divide as much as possible. I think they are all divisible by 16. So divide by 16. First one will be 105. Second one will be 30. And the third one will be 16. 16 twos are 320. And 112. So it is 27. Then all of them are divisible by 3. So it becomes 35 is to 10 is to 9. 35 is to 10 is to 9. Alright. Okay. Now, this is the profit ratio. This is the profit ratio. Now the question says then B's share in the profit. Right. So we already have the profit ratio as A is to B is to C. This is profit ratio. We have calculated now it to be equal to 35 is to 10 is to 9, and the total profit is 21,600 rupees. So B's share in the profit would be equal to the middle number, that is 10, divided by 35 plus 10 is 45 plus 9 54 into 21,600. Right? Calculate this. 54 4 is 216. So 400 into 10, that is 4,000 rupees is the profit of B. You can also calculate the others' profit, that is A and C, but we don't need in this question. The profit of B would be 4,000 rupees. Alright, so now let's take question number 7. Let's see what does it say. It says Aman started a business investing rupees 70,000. Rakhi joined him after 6 months with an amount of 1,05,000. Sagar joined them with rupees 1.4 lakh after another 6 months. The amount of profit earned should be distributed in what ratio among Aman, Rakhi and Sagar respectively 3 years after Aman started the business. So for this question again, we will follow the same process. Let's say Aman, then we have Rakhi, then we have Sagar. One thing that we will assume by default here is that there is no information given about withdrawal. So we'll assume that they have not withdrawn. They're all there in the business for the entire duration of 3 years. Assuming that, now Aman has invested 70,000 and he remains there for the entire period of 3 years. So multiplied by 3. Whereas Rakhi has joined 6 months after him with an amount of 1,05,000. So Rakhi's duration out of 3 years period would be 2.5 years. Okay. And Sagar has invested 1.4 lakh, that is 1,40,000. And he has come after another 6 months. That means he is there in the business only for 2 years. So the profit ratio we have already calculated. Profit ratio is equal to 70,000 into 3 is to 1,05,000 into 2.5 is to 1,40,000 into 2. Let's see what we can do. We can cancel 3 zeros and then we multiply. So we get 70. This 70 is divisible by 35 2 times. 105 is divisible by 35 3 times. And 140 is divisible by 35 4 times. So we have 2 into 3, that is 6, is to 3 into 2.5, that is 7.5. And 4 into 2, that is 8. Now to remove decimal, multiply by 2 to each one of them. So we have 12 is to 15 is to 16. Right? So the ratio is 12 is to 15 is to 16. Here, because there is no information given about the withdrawal, so we'll assume that there has been no withdrawal. Hence, the final ratio of profits at the end of 3 years will be 12 is to 15 is to 16. Now, question number 8. This is a simpler question. Don't go on the looks of it. It simply says 4 into A's capital. Let's say A's capital is A. So 4A is equal to 6B is equal to 10C. C's capital is C, B's capital is B. Now we have already seen such situations earlier. First you cancel by 2. So you get 2A equal to 3B equal to 5C. From here you will directly get the ratio of A, B and C. I hope you remember, whenever there is a number multiplied, there are numbers multiplied. In the ratio, they will come as inverse of those numbers. So if 2A is equal to 3B is equal to 5C, then directly A is equal to A is to B is to C will be 1 by 2 is to 1 by 3 is to 1 by 5. Now to simplify that, multiply by the LCM of 2, 3 and 5, that is 30. So it is 30 by 2. So A is to B is to C. Their investments are in the ratio 30 into 1 by 2 is 15, 30 into 1 by 3 is 10, 30 into 1 by 5 is 6. This is the investment ratio, right? Now, the profit ratio will be same as investment ratio. So this was investment, okay? So profit ratio of ABC is equal to profit ratio of ABC will be same as investment ratio. So it is equal to 15 is to 10 is to 6. Okay. Now the total profit given is 4650. So total of this is 4650 rupees. Now what do we have to do? We have to find the C's share out of the profit. Now C's share out of the profit would be 6 divided by 15 plus 10, 25 plus 6, 31 into 4650. Now 31 15 times is 465. So this will be 150. So 6 into 150, that is 900 rupees. 6 into 150, that is 900 rupees. This is the profit share of C. Now question number 9, it says 3 partners share the profit in a business in the ratio of 5:7:8. The profit is already given. They had partnered for 14 months, 8 months and 7 months. Find the ratio of their investments. So let's say investments are in the ratio X is to Y is to Z, right? The times are given as 14 months is to 8 months is to 7 months. Now when you multiply, you will get profit ratio. So profit ratio should be equal to 14x is to 8y is to 7z. Whereas the profit ratio is already given as 5 is to 7 is to 8. Okay, 5 is to 7 is to 8. This is equal to 14x is to 8y is to 7z. Right? So now if you have to find x is to y is to z from here, what should you do? Very simple. X had 14 here, so divide by 14 in the number corresponding to x, that is 5 by 14. Y has 8 here, so divide by 8, so 7 by 8, and z would be 8 by 7. Okay, so we had 5 is to 7 is to 8 equal to 14x is to 8y is to 7z. So in the component having x, divide by 14, in the component having y, divide by 8, component having z, divide by 7 on both sides. So the required ratio of investment of these 3 people would be equal to 5 by 14 is to 7 by 8 is to 8 by 7. Now multiply by LCM of denominator, which is 56. So if you multiply by 56, we will get 5 by 14 into 56 is to 7 by 8 into 56. Sorry. So 7 by 8 into 56 is to 8 by 7 into 56. So if you can simplify, 14 4s are 56, so 5 into 4 is 20, is to 8 7s are 56, 7 into 7 is 49, 7 8s are 56, so 8 into 8 is 64. So the ratio of their investments is 20 is to 49 is to 64. Okay. Now the next question number 10. In a business, A and C invested amounts in the ratio 2 is to 1. So first let's combine the ratio, because it says A is to C. Question number 10, it says A is to C is 2 is to 1. And then it says A is to B is 3 is to 2. Now how do we combine? I hope you remember, for the common quantity is A and the values are 2 and 3. So make them same. So LCM of 2 and 3 would be 6. To make it 6, in the first ratio, multiply by 3 to both the components. So it will be 6 is to 3. And in the second ratio, multiply by 2 in both of them. So you will get 6 is to 4. So hence we can combine, and the required ratio would be A is to B is to C. Investment ratio. This is, remember, this is investment ratio. That is 6 is to 4 is to 3. Be careful of the order. A is 6, B is 4, C is 3. This is investment ratio. Okay. Now, there is nothing mentioned about time, so we will assume that there is no concern. The time is same for everyone. Now, the total profit is given 1,57,300. So now, whatever is the profit, whatever is the investment ratio will become equal to the profit ratio. So, profit ratio is equal to investment ratio. All right. Now, investment ratio is already 6 is to 4 is to 3. So, profit ratio will also be equal to 6 is to 4 is to 3. Alright, and the total profit is given 1,57,300. rupees 1,57,300. This is the total profit. So we have to divide this among ABC in the given ratio. Question is how much amount did B receive? So we can simply calculate B profit would be equal to, the share of B would be 4 divided by 6 plus 4 plus 3, that is 6 plus 4, 10 plus 3, 13 into 1,57,300. Alright, so if you divide it by 13, it will be 4 into 13 cancels 157300. How many times? 13 ones are is 13, then 27. So 13 twos are is 26. So 13 1 and then 0 0. So if you multiply by 4, it is 12 fours are 48,400 rupees. This must be the profit share of B. Now let's take up question number 11. It says Tickly and Pickly started a business by investing rupees 1,20,000, 1,35,000, 1,50,000 respectively. Find the share of each out of the annual profit of 56,700. Alright, so this is a simple question. The profit ratio would be straight away equal to investment ratio, because nothing is mentioned about time, so it will be straight away investment ratio. Now investments are 1,20,000 is to 1,35,000 is to 1,50,000. Alright, so 3 zeros are cancelled and the remaining would be cancelled by 15. 15 eights are 150, 15 nines are 135 and 15 tens are 150. So it is 8 is to 9 is to 10. This is the profit ratio. Now the total profit is 56,700 rupees. The question is find their individual shares. So individual shares of A would be 8 divided by 8 plus 9 plus 10, that is 27 into 56,700. So if you cancel 56,700 by 27, I think it will get cancelled by 27. Yes, it will get cancelled by 27. So 27 double is 54. So 21 times. So 2100. So A's share of profit would be 8 into 2100, that is 16,800. Sorry, 16,800 rupees. This is share of A. Similarly, the share of B would be 9 by 27 into 56,700. So 27 cancels 567 21 times. So 2100 into 9, that is equal to 18,900 rupees. And share of C would be 10 upon 27 into 56,700. 27 cancels 56,700, 2100 times into 10, that is 21,000 rupees. So their profit shares are A 16,800, B 18,900 and C 21,000. Alright. Now let's take up the next question. It says Chickly started a business by investing rupees 45,000. After 3 months, Tickly joined him with a capital of 60,000. After another 6 months, that means total 9 months, Tickly joined them with a capital of 90,000. At the end of the year, they made a profit of 16,500. Find the share of each. Very simple. Let's say Chickly. Investment amount for Chickly is 45,000. And that remains for the entire year. So 12 months. M stands for months. Then Tickly joined 3 months later. After 3 months, that means Tickly remains in the business for 9 months with the amount 60,000. So 60,000 and for 9 months. And then Pickly joined another 6 months. After another 6 months, that means Pickly has joined after 9 months. So during the year, Pickly has remained in the business for 3 months with an amount of 90,000. 3 months. So investments are 45,000, 60,000 and 90,000, and the durations, time durations are 12 months, 9 months and 3 months. So we get the profit ratio from here. Profit ratio would be equal to For C, for Chikli, it will be 45,000 into 12. Then for Tikli, it will be 60,000 into 9. And for Tikli, it will be 90,000 into 3. Alright. Now see, 3 zeros would be cancelled. Then 45, 60 and 90 all are divisible by 15. So 15 cancels 45 3 times, 15 cancels 60 4 times, and 15 cancels 90 6 times. Now multiply the remaining things. 3 into 12 is 36, is to 4 into 9 is 36, is to 6 into 3 is 18. They are further divisible by 80. So it is 2 is to 2 is to 1. This is the ratio of their profit. Now the total profit is 16,500 rupees. So this ratio is 2 is to 2 is to 1, and total profit is rupees 16,500. So we have to divide 16,500 in the ratio of 2 is to 2 is to 1. So the share of Chikli would be 2 divided by 2 plus 2 plus 1, that is 5, into 16,500, which is 5 cancels 16,500 3,300 times. Alright. So 3,300 into 2, that is 6,600 rupees. Now for Tikli, it is going to be 2 by 5 into 16,500, still the same, that is 6,600. We have already done that calculation for Chikli. And for Tikli, it would be 1 by 5. 1 by 5 into 16,500. So if we cancel, it will be 3,300. So the profit shares are 6,600, 6,600 and 3,300. All right. Now for the next question, question number 13. It says Chikli, Tikli, Pikli enter into a partnership. Chikli invests 3 times as much as Tikli, and Tikli invests 2/3 of what Pikli invests. So let's say Chikli, Tikli and Tikli. Let's assume that investment of Pikli is 3 rupees. Why 3 rupees? Because Tikli invests 2/3 of Pikli. So investment of Tikli would be 2/3 of 3. 2 by 3 of 3. So that comes out to be 2 rupees. Okay. And then Chikli has to invest 3 times of Tikli. Now Tikli's investment is 2 rupees. So Chikli's investment would be 3 into 3, 3 into 2, 3 times. So 3 into 2, that is 6 rupees. Alright. So now we have the investments 6 rupees, 2 rupees and 3 rupees. Alright. And then there is nothing mentioned about the time, right? So we'll assume that the profit ratio is equal to investment ratio. So the investment ratio would be, and the investment ratio is 6 is to 2 is to 3, and the total profit is 6,600 rupees. So share of Tikli, that means the middle one, share of Tikli is this one. This is Chikli is to Tikli is to Pikli. So we want the share of Tikli, that is equal to 2 divided by 6 plus 2, 8 plus 3, 11, into the total profit of 6,600 rupees. So 11 cancels 6,600, that is 600, into 2, which is 1,200 rupees. You could also find the profit shares of others, but here the question is asking only for share of Tikli. Okay. Now the next question, question number 14. It says 4 milkmen rented a pasture. Chikli grazed 24 buffaloes for 3 months, Tikli 10 buffaloes for 5 months, Pikli 35 buffaloes for 4 months, and Mikli 21 buffaloes for 3 months. If Chikli's share of rent is 720, find the total rent of the field. Now see here, the rent is also shared on the basis of the usage. Usage depends on the number of animals who have used and the duration for which they have used. So what we do is, first I'll tell you like this. Rent share, the way we did investment share, profit share, similarly the rent share is equal to number of buffaloes into time. number of buffaloes into time, right? So the ratio will be calculated from there. Let's see. So I'll put number of buffaloes and time for each one of them. Now there are 4 people. So Chikli has 24 buffaloes for 3 months. Tikli has 10 buffaloes for 5 months. And Pikli has 35 buffaloes for 4 months. And Mikli has 21 buffaloes for 3 months. Okay. So their rent share ratio will be calculated like this. We have to multiply the number of buffaloes and the time. So for Chikli it will be 24 into 3. For Tikli it would be 10 into 5. For Pikli it will be 35 into 4 and into 5, then 35 into 4, and for Mikli it will be 21 into 3. Okay, if you multiply all of them, we'll get 24 into 3 is 72, is to 10 into 5 is 50, is to 35 into 4 is 140, is to 21 into 3 is 63. So this is the ratio of share of rent. Alright, now the question says, if Chikli's share is 720, if you see the first one is Chikli, right? This is Chikli, this is Tikli, this is Pikli, this is Mikli. Now Chikli share is 720, that is 72 corresponds to 720 rupees, right? You can apply the unitary method. So 72 stands for 720. Now the total rent will stand from the ratio if you add 72 plus 50 plus 140 plus 63. Let's see how does it come out to be. 50 plus 140 is 190. 72 plus 63 would be 135. So it is 325. Alright. So if 72 stands for 720, then 325. Where does this 325 come from? Add all the values in the ratio. Right. Chikli's share was 72 out of a total of 325. 72 stands for 720, so 325 will be 4. You can apply unitary method. So 720 into 325 divided by 72. As you can see, it is straight away 10 times. So it is 3250 rupees is the total rent. So the total rent of this pasture is 3250 rupees. Now the next question. Question number 15. It says Chikli invested 76,000 in the business. After a few months, Tikli joined him with 57,000. So Chikli investment is 76,000 and Tikli investment is 57,000. All right, these are investments. Now time duration. Now time duration for Chikli, there is no change. So that means Chikli started and up to the end of the year. So 12 months. And Tikli we don't know. So it is X months. Right? Now when we have to find profit share, what do? We multiply investment and time for each one of them. So profit ratio would be equal to, for Chikli it will be 76,000 into 12, and for Tikli it will be 57,000 into X. Now 3 zeros are cancelled. 19 fours is 76 and 19 threes is 57. So we have 4 into 12, that is 48 is to 3x. Then 3 cancels 48 16 times. So 3 cancels 48 16 times. So it is 16 is to x. This is the profit share ratio. But in the question, it is also given that the profit share ratio is 2 is to 1. So we have 2 is to 1 equal to 16 is to x. Alright, so from here we can calculate x. So 2 by 1 is equal to 16 by x. Very clearly you can see 2 cancels 16 8 times, so x is equal to 8 months. Right? Now the question does not say what is the duration of Tikli. It says after how many months did Tikli join? Right? So Tikli was there in the business for 8 months. That means she must have joined, or he must have joined 4 months from the beginning, because there are total 12 months in the year. So the answer of the question would be equal to 4 months. Be careful in this question, right? The answer is 4 months. Now let's take question number 16. It says Chickly, Tickly, Pickly subscribe rupees 50,000 for a business. Chickly subscribes rupees 4,000 more than Tickly. Tickly rupees 5,000 more than Pickly. Out of a total profit of 35,000, Chickly receives. Alright, so first we find the investments. Let's say total 50,000 is equal to the investments of Chickly C plus Tickly T plus Pickly P. Alright, now Chickly subscribes 4,000 more than Tickly and Tickly more than 5,000 more than Pickly. So we can write this as, in place of Chickly, we can write T plus, sorry, one moment. Let's say in place of Tickly, we can put T plus 5,000. And in place of Chickly, we can say it is T plus 4,000, which eventually comes out to be P plus 5,000 plus 4,000, that is P plus 9,000. Now if you put all of them in the first equation, we have 50,000 equal to, in place of C, write P plus 9,000. In place of T, write P plus 5,000. And in place of P, it is just P. So we have 9,000 plus 5,000, that is 14,000, comes to the other side, becomes 36,000. On subtraction, it becomes 36,000. So 9,000 plus 5,000 is 14,000, comes to the left hand side, becomes 36,000, and P plus P will be 3P. So P is equal to 12,000. So from here we can easily calculate that Tickly would be 12,000 plus 5,000, that is 17,000, and Chickly would be P plus 9, that is 21,000. Alright, so we have the investments now. Now, there is nothing mentioned about time, so we'll assume that profit ratio is equal to investment ratio. Now, investments are, let's say Chickly is to Tickly is to Pickly. Now, Chickly is 21,000 is to Tickly is 17,000 and Pickly is 12,000. So zeros will get cancelled and we get the ratio as 21 is to 17 is to 12, right? And the total profit is 35,000. Total profit is 35,000. The question is, what is the share of Chickly? Chickly is the first one. So Chickly's share would be 21 divided by 21 plus 17 plus 12 is 50 into total profit of 35,000. So if you cancel, 1 0 gets cancelled, 5 cancels 3,500 700 times, and 700 into 21 will be 14,700 rupees. So you can calculate the share of everyone from here now. The share of C, that is Chickly, would be 14,700 rupees. Alright, now in the next question, question number 17, it says Chickly starts business with rupees 3,500 and after 5 months Tickly joins with Chickly as his partner. After a year, the profit is divided in the ratio 2:3. What is Tickly's contribution in the capital? Nothing mentioned about, okay, there is something about time also, alright. So let's say Chickly and Tickly. Chickly starts with 3,500, so investment 3,500, and Chickly remains in the business for entire year, so 12 months. So investment and time. Alright. Now Tickly joins in after 5 months, but we don't know the value. So let's say the value is X rupees. Alright. And the duration is after 5 months, the duration would be 7 months. Alright. Tickly has joined after 5 months. So the Tickly remains in the business for 7 months. Alright. Now the profit ratio. How do you calculate profit ratio? You multiply the investment and time for each person and take the ratio. So 3,500 into 12 is to X into 7. Now 7 cancels 35 5 times. So 7 cancels 3,500 500 times. So 500 is into 12, that is 6,000 is to X. This is the ratio of profit. This is the ratio of profit. Now, in the question it says the profit is divided in the ratio 2:3. All right. So 2:3 is equal to 6,000 is to X. You can do it directly. 2 stands for 6,000, so 3 will be for 9,000. Or you can calculate 2 by 3 is equal to 6,000 by X. So from here you get X is equal to 2 cancels 6,000 3,000 times, and into 3 that will be 9,000. So the investment of Tikli is 9,000 rupees. Okay. Now question number 80. Chikli and Tikli are partners in a business. Chikli contributes 1/4 of the capital for 15 months. Tikli received 2 by 3 of the profit. For how long Tikli's money was used? Now let's see. So again, two people, Chikli and Tikli. Their investments, how are the investments done? Chikli has invested 1/4 of the capital. That means Tikli must have invested the remaining. Now what is the remaining? If you take out 1/4, you will remain with 3/4. So the ratio of investment is 1:3. That is the ratio of investment. All right. Now it says time. Now initially time. Now let's say time is given that Chikli has invested for 15 months. Suppose Tikli has invested for X months. So the profit ratio you can calculate. It will be equal to 1 into 15 is to 3 into X, or X into 3. Now 3 cancels 15 5 times. So we have ratio as 5 is to X. The profit ratio is 5 is to X. Now here in the question it says Tikli received 2 by 3 of the profit. Now if I write profits, Chikli and Tikli, Tikli's profit is 2/3 of the profit. Tikli's share is 2/3. That means Tikli's share must be the remaining 1/3. So the ratio of profit is 1 by 3 is to 2 by 3. That should be equal to 5 is to X. Right? This means very clearly 3 is cancelled. So we have 1 is to 2 equal to 5 is to X. From here you can see 1 stands for 5, so 2 will stand for 10. Or you can calculate from here that 1 by 2 is equal to 5 by X. So X is equal to 2 into 5, that is 10 months. Alright. So 10 months is the duration for which Tikli's money was used. Now let's take up the next question. That is question number 90. It says Sheila started a business with rupees 21,000 is joined afterwards by Rima with rupees 36,000. After how many months did Rima join if the profit at the end of the year are divided equally? Alright, so the profit ratio is 1:1. Equally means 1:1. So let's say Sheila and Rima, their investments are given 21,000 and 36,000. Sheila was there in the business from beginning. So time duration for Sheila, nothing mentioned, we'll consider the year. So 12 months. No, it is mentioned year. Okay. And Rima, let's say X months. Alright. So their profit ratio, you can calculate by multiplying the investment and time. So it is 21,000 into 12 is to 36,000 into X. So if you divide, 0 gets cancelled. 12 cancels 36 3 times. 3 cancels 21 7 times. So we have the ratio as 7 is to X. This is the profit ratio. Alright. But it is given that the profit ratio is 1:1 because it is divided equally. So 1:1 is equal to 7 is to X. So from here you can clearly see that X is equal to 7 months. So that means Rima has invested for 7 months. But the question is asking after how many months did Rima join? So if she was invested for 7 months, year has 12 months. That means she must have joined after 5 months from the beginning. Alright. So answer of the question would be 5 months. Be a little careful while reading the question. Okay.